Hi, MMBY2K. This is Cake and Kittens, and I saw your video on Why Cheat. And at the end of the video, you mentioned an article, or maybe I saw it in the information box, but there was a link to an article called where it was talking about don't marry. It was an essay. And so, you asked us to give our views on it. And I read it. It was very interesting. So I have a response video to it. When I read the article, I did see in general where this article is going. In the higher upper class of America, or those who are quote unquote rich, the picture is almost literal. The picture of the bridezilla wife who expects the $500,000 wedding, the $10,000 dress, or what have you, the biggest diamond ring, the trip, in the tropics somewhere in a 5-star hotel. That's usually in around that class of families or couples who are getting married who are making 6 figures or more. And I've seen and read and heard enough to know that the lifestyle that's illustrated by this writer in this article is clearly reflected in the said class group of families. As far as middle class families go, the demands are still the same, but just the money that is spent is, less. But after reading the article, I can just only give my rendition of how I feel that things should go in thought, in thought along with the article. First of all, a man should not be compelled to buy a woman a large diamond ring or one at all. I know that this is the tradition, but there are times when this tradition is broken and it shouldn't matter. If he chooses to get her one to declare his desire to marry his woman, the size and type should also be his freedom of expression, and there should be no problem on the part of the woman. My diamond ring and my wedding ring, they're beautiful. They're both small. They have diamond cuts in them. Both of the wedding ring does also. The diamond ring's a princess cut diamond, and the thing is, to other women, it was kind of small. They're like, oh, well, it's not a big ring, But to me, when I got the ring, it was large as hell to me, because I know how much my husband loves me. And I didn't care about that. I didn't even want anything like that, But he got it because he wanted to. I didn't even ask him for a ring. I hadn't even asked him to marry me at some point. He went, did it on his own, got what he was comfortable with getting, and he's not making a whole bunch of back payments on it, and I love it. Love is not measured by material things, and they never should. 2, a woman should not expect the largest and most expensive wedding she can get. My wedding was outside in my mother-in-law's garden, which is huge, and it's beautiful. And we ordered white linen chairs and tables. We put cameras on each table and beautiful centerpieces on each table. It was made with roses and other flowers that we brought locally. We had a little over 100 people. Our best man DJ'd. Some very close friends and family cooked their most famous dishes, and we ordered a beige embroidered tent, set up tables, heaters, and coolers and everything under that tent, set the food and dinnerware there, and then we had family members serve the dishes and the drinks. The marriage took place under a rose-studded arch, and we had such a good time late into the night. Everyone still praises me for how fun it was to this day, and I spent a little over $1,000, and I got over $3,000 in monetary gifts alone. So the wedding doesn't have to be huge, and it will be the most memorable event. We still got our pictures. We still have so many memories, and to this day, people just sit and talk about it and how fun it was. So it doesn't have to be that. It's just you and that person, and that's all that matters. Also, 3, no woman should enter a marriage with financial burdens to leave on her husband. The article spoke about that, and this is why men should shy away from marriage, according to the writer. No man or woman should come into a marriage with a financial burden. And as for the woman, if she does, she and her husband, because he's responsible too, should plan to make sure that at least all of her debts and his debts are cleared and money is saved up before they both lie down and have children. This is just in case she chooses to stay home to raise the children, because both of them are making the child, so both of them have to plan. This article was very biased and just focused on the woman getting pregnant because she wants kids. No, that man had to put his penis in her and ejaculate and get her pregnant without planning, and he should be smarter if he's going to be married. 4, if a wife stays home to raise children, it is only fair that she maintain all of the home front, minus physical labor that she may not be able to handle in the home. Of course, she needs her husband, for those matters. And it's only fair since the husband has to deal with the stress of going to work all day, working 5 days of the week, bringing home the check, and, taking care of those things. This will give them both time for each other at the end of the day and on his days off, and it'll leave him with much less stress. She can pick up those things. Instead of worrying about the 7 hours that she's at home, there are things that she could do. For instance, other than household chores, that's not the only thing that a wife should be concerned with. Her job at home during that day, it continues, because along with the house chores while the children are out, she can also maintain the financial matters and planning while she's at home. She can maintain any other matters that involve the home and any other assets that the family needs to maintain. If the car needs to be fixed, if the insurance needs to be paid, if taxes have to be done, if bills need to be settled and balanced and checks balanced, she can do all this stuff at home along with the chores or whatever. And this leaves the husband, by the time he gets home, to have to worry about 3 things: his kids, his wife's needs, and any additional home matters that she absolutely needs his help with. And finally, a marriage has to be a team effort, and it has to be enjoyable. A man and a woman, they should work together, and when they work together, it leaves them time to enjoy each other. The husband should not be so overburdened that he can't spend time with his wife, have sex with her, compliment her, romance her. They should have a relationship where they can both express themselves and be in a good mood because they're helping each other. And also, this is my final point, not that one. Cheating is a no-no in any case whatsoever. If you have a problem with your mate, work it out. Work it out. Neither member of the marriage union should be cheating. After one cheats, who cares what questions are asked? They cheated. They were wrong. It needs to be fixed, and it needs to be worked out. So after I read that article, that's pretty much like everything I saw in my head and how I reacted to it. And it's a good article, something that we all need to consider, especially as people of color who are raising families. We need this type of counsel. We need this type of dialogue between each other to help to develop an understanding of how our marriage lives